I can't believe it. I can't believe it, dude. We lost to the Browns. The Browns. We lost to the 2-8 team. 8-2. 2-8. Lost to the Browns. Dude, this game, what a mess. All right, this loss is on the coaches. Okay, let's talk about it. So, the first half of this game, first drive, it's snowing and it's windy, and Tomlin decides to kick a 58-yard field goal. Boswell is the man. I love Boswell. But he missed because, hey, it's windy and snowy. There were a lot of bad coaching and offense. Like, the offensive coordinator is reminding me of Canada. Just constantly running it and doing nothing. I understand the weather is bad, but shit, dude. And Russ got a fumble in the second quarter. So we go down, miss that field goal, go to the Browns, 3-and-out them, get the ball back, go down, and get a field goal. Right? So we're the first ones to strike. But then Russell turns the ball over and fumbles it, and that leads to the Browns either scoring a touchdown or field goal. I don't remember. But we go for it on 4th and 2. Tomlin brings in Fields on 4th and 2, which I'm all for utilizing both quarterbacks, okay? But bringing in Fields on 4th and 2, everybody knows what he's going to do. So, yeah, he got stopped, and then the Browns got a short field, and they were able to score again. So we go into halftime 10-3. All right, so if you're a Steelers fan, that means you know we have gone 3 halves of football without scoring a touchdown. Things are looking dismal. We have to score a touchdown to win this game. So then we come out into the third quarter, and we get into the red zone. Russ makes some amazing passes in the snow. It's snowing its ass off at this point. Makes some amazing passes. Gets us down into the 20. This is when you need to put in Fields. Right here. And instead, no. Russ gets sacked. We go for a field goal. Now it is 6-10. And then the fucking Browns score another touchdown. And make it what? Yeah, and then went for a 2-point conversion. So made it 18-6. And it's looking pretty damn hopeless, you know? And it's the fourth quarter. We haven't scored a touchdown in a game and 3 quarters. And it's looking dismal. It's snowing. And we actually marched down the field, or I think we forced a fumble or something, because we got 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles and an interception. I think we forced a fumble, and got down the field, and guess what? Guess what? We put Fields in the red zone, and we got our first touchdown in 10 red zone trips. I told you. What have I been saying in my videos? Put in Fields in the red zone. I have a stat to show you. So this comes from That's Good Sports. He's on here on YouTube. He's really good at what he talks about. Funny, witty. I recommend you check out his channel. That's Good Sports. Brandon Perna. So both Justin Fields and Russell Wilson have led 11 drives inside the opponent's 10-yard line. Wilson, 4 touchdowns, 5 field goals. Fields, 8 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Now, you got to keep in mind, this was before this game, and this is comparing 4 games to 6 games. So in 6 games, Fields had 11 drives in the red zone, while Russell Wilson had 11 drives in 4 games. So that means Russell Wilson is getting us to the red zone more often, but Fields converted more often when we were there, which means we need to be using Russ's arm and Fields in the end zone. When we get it to 1st and goal or to the 20, we need to be putting in Fields. And not bringing him in on 4th and 2 when everybody knows what he's going to fucking do. You know? Because everybody knows he's going to run it on that point, and then doesn't work. But if you bring him in on 1st and goal or 1st and 10 on the 20, you don't know if he's going to run it or not. Our first touchdown, he didn't even run it. He just handed it off. Everybody expected him to run it. Beautiful. Amazing to see Tomlin make that decision. Was happy with that after a first half of horrible coaching and play calling. Like, the play calling is reminding me of Matt Canada. Let's run it 3 times in a fucking row after not gaining a single yard each time. Oh, what's that? We got 4th and inches? Let's hand it back 5 feet. Let's hand it back 5 yards, man, and make him go 5 yards instead of inches. The play calling was terrible. And then so we get our first touchdown with Fields, and then our defense forces a fucking fumble. And then Russ throws an amazing touchdown pass to Pickens in the snow. Amazing. Long, I don't remember how long the pass was, but it was a damn good pass. And in 3 minutes, we've scored 2 touchdowns, failed the 2-point try on the second touchdown, and now it's 19-18. The Browns get the ball back. They're marching down the field. They complete a couple passes, looking like they're getting into our territory, and we intercept the ball. Now there's 4 minutes left. All we got to do is get a first down. Tomlin decides to put in Fields instead of Russ. I don't know how I feel about this. Because I feel like Russ is better at making the quick decisions to go with the 5-yard out-of-bounds pass here, you know? Like, I understand you're just trying to pick up 10 yards, and Fields, yeah, hypothetically, if he's better for the red zone, would be better for that situation. But I just don't know. And he did make a beautiful pass to Pickens on 3rd down that, in my opinion, was pass interference all day long. If a tug on the jersey in the AFC Championship in the Chiefs versus the Bengals is fucking pass interference, then this was pass interference. And it was a long ball by Fields, and Pickens wasn't able to get it. It was right on target, but the defender, in my opinion, the defender was running into him and not paying attention to the ball. There's a difference between playing the ball and defending the player and then just getting in the fucking player's way and tugging on him and shit. And that's what they were doing, and it didn't get fucking called. So, after somehow taking the lead and scoring 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes, and then intercepting the ball and can put this game away, now we got to give it to the Browns, and they march right down the field, and they score, and they get a 2-point conversion, and then we get the ball back with 1 timeout, 50 seconds to go, and fail. And fail. I got my hopes up. When we were down 6-18, I was like, nah, we haven't scored touchdowns. There's no way we're going to come back. And we did it with both quarterbacks, which was beautiful. There's definitely good things to take from this game. Like, I love that Tomlin finally decided to utilize Fields in the red zone, and it worked. It snapped, 10 red zone drives that didn't result in a touchdown? It snapped our streak, and we finally got a touchdown. And then Russell made an amazing touchdown. So it was badass to see both quarterbacks contribute to a touchdown. The play calling in the second half was so much better than the first half. But you gotta give it to the Browns. They played hungry, they played mean, they played like they wanted it, dude. They tore apart our pass defense, and they did a good job at containing Watt. Like, they double-teamed him, they triple-teamed him. They did a very good job at making Watt irrelevant this game. And Garrett forced that fumble on Wilson. And here's another stat for you, okay? In 6 games, Fields only has 1 interception. I don't think he had any fumbles. I'm not sure. If he did, he only had 1. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I think he only had 1 turnover. Fucking Russell has had a turnover every game. Alright? So, he's getting us to the red zone more. but he's converting less, and he's turning the ball over more. So he's scoring us less points while essentially handing the other team more points. I think we use Russ's arm to get downfield and then put in Fields in the red zone. That I think we do. But if Russell is going to turn it over every game and Fields isn't, then maybe we, because if Russell doesn't turn that over, that's 3 less points or 6 less points, I don't know. Just so many things. Just so many what ifs. This loss is on the coaches. They were outcoached the first half. The offensive coordinator was out of his fucking gourd. The Tomlin made a few questionable decisions. This loss is on the coaches. But what to note moving forward is that he did utilize Fields in the red zone, which I've been begging for, and it worked. And then Wilson finally threw a touchdown. Because you got to remember, they're competing, right? So, the better Fields does, the better Russell is going to try to do. And he had some amazing passes tonight in the snow. But he also had a lot of missed passes and a lot of fumbles. Everything Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports has said about Russell has been spot on. He's a Broncos fan, so he warned us Pittsburgh fans exactly how Russ was. And yeah, it's coming true. He fumbles every game. He misses a lot of passes. He doesn't see the field all the time. And he takes a lot of fucking sacks in the red zone. And that interception last week in the Ravens was such a stupid interception. But yeah, we lost to the Browns. Hats off to them. They wanted it. And we got to play them again in 2 weeks. Next week, we play the Bengals. So the Bengals have a great offense, but a terrible defense. We have a mediocre offense and a great defense. So if we can keep Burrow from scoring, which I'm kind of scared after seeing our pass rush defense today, I don't think we're going to be able to stop Burrow from scoring that much. To be honest with you, I don't know. We'll see. But since they have a terrible defense, maybe our offense can thrive and hang in there if the defense can't. But then we play the Browns again. Then we play, I believe, the Eagles, then the Chiefs, then the Ravens, then the Bengals. We've got to figure this shit out. We can't keep playing for one half of football. I do think it says a lot about our team that we can shit the bed one half and still hang in there the second half. That's happened quite a bit this season, actually. If we can click on all cylinders, then we got a legitimate shot. If we can figure out how to, because we get a lot of red zone trips. If we got 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. So, that's 28 potential points there. And if we start capitalizing every time we get to the red zone, we'll be unstoppable. Because we're getting to the red zone often. That's 4 red zone trips this game, which isn't terrible against a defense like the Browns. The Browns are 2-8, yes, but they got Myles Garrett, and their defense is decent. But this loss is on the coaches. They got out-coached the first half and just made some questionable decisions. And I'm happy to know that Tomlin's going to mess around with the idea of using Fields in the red zone. But bringing him out on 4th and 2 is just dumb, dude. Fucking handing it back to somebody when it's 4th and inches, 5 yards back, is dumb. Running it for a 3rd time, they played in such a predictable manner that the defense just had a field day with us. So, hats off to the Browns, dude. And they contained TJ Watt. Our defense, I'm not trying to talk shit on them because they did a good job. They forced 3 turnovers today, 2 fumbles and an interception. They got a fumble when we needed it the most, and then we capitalized on that to take the lead, and then we got an interception when we needed it most and could have put the game away. So, like, our defense, whenever it comes to turnovers, when it comes to sacks, when it comes to goal line, they're great. But the pass rush, we have to work on, because the Browns, to march right down the field, you know, at the end of the game like that was fucked. But again, I think it should have been pass interference on Pickens and we win this game. But I can't just blame it on that, because we played a terrible first half. And I'm just sad we lost to the Browns. But I would rather lose to the Browns than the Ravens. Fuck the Ravens. And I don't know. I'm happy that we snapped our touchdown-less streak. I'm happy that we're utilizing Justin in the backfield, or in the red zone. Russell Wilson made some great plays. I am worried about him turning it over. That does suck. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know whether to walk away from this game happy or sad. Like, there are definitely positives. Now that we know, I have been saying for weeks, use Fields in the red zone. And first time we do it, he scores. That's the answer, dude. That is the answer. Why you bring him out on 4th and 2 when everybody knows he's going to run and give them good bat? Oh, yeah. And after our interception, and then, you know, that missed pass interference call, and we punt it to the Browns, the final drive, Boswell fucked up the punt because it was snowing, and the punt was like 15 yards and gave it to the Browns on like the 45-yard line on our territory. So we literally, that's right, I completely forgot that. Yeah, so we intercepted it, we get a first down, we basically put the game away. We didn't, and then did an awful punt that didn't even leave our territory and gave it to the Browns on the 45-yard line. And then they barely had to go downfield. And they scored the touchdown, failed on the 2-point try. We got it back with the 50 seconds left. And then we just did a horrible job getting it downfield. I think Russell showed in that last drive. Well, you can't blame it all on Russell. It was snowing. The offensive line wasn't helping him out. He was getting rushed pretty quickly. But he did miss some wide open passes. Persephone. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Go Steelers. No, hats off to the Browns, man. They were the better team. Thanks for watching. I wanted to add in a correction. Fields did have a fumble. So he had 2 turnovers in 6 games. Okay? So Wilson has had 5 turnovers in 5 games. I think maybe 6, because I think he had 2 in 1 game. But I could be wrong on that. But I just wanted to throw it out there that I was wrong on Fields only having 1 turnover. He had 2 in 6 games, but that's still better than 5 in 5. And while he was getting us to the red zone less, he converted 8 out of 11 times, while Russell only converted 4 out of 11 and turned it over 3 more times. So, like, he's giving the other team more points while keeping us from scoring points. I think you utilize Fields in the red zone. When you get into field goal territory, you put in Fields. That's what I think. But, we'll see, man. And our defense has got to get better against the pass rush. We can't keep getting picked apart like that. God, just a brutal loss. It was pretty to watch it snow, I guess. But, yeah, it was a nail-biter. I mean, our defense came in clutch. The fumble and the interception were perfectly timed when we needed it. We needed to convert on that first down, and Fields did a great pass. I do think that was pass interference. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I can't blame it on that, because really the first half we should have played better. You know, we should have messed around with the idea of putting Fields in the red zone. the first 2 times we were in the red zone, and we didn't do that. And the first half of football, we only scored 3 points, so I can't blame it on that call. Anyway, just wanted to throw that in there. Thanks for watching.